As I was going back to see, he pointed out for me I could go back when I want to. Go back to where? Huh?
You said you weren't free. You can go any place you like.
Go anywhere
Sir,
you
could you stand up? We can't hear you. Could you stand up over there by the microphone?
You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more. You have raped our great-grandmothers and stuff and changed us.
Excuse me.
We are not... okay, let me finish. And gave us a name as a Negro. I am not a Negro. A Negro is a person with a slave at the man. I just want to tell you that. And don't say nothing else to me.
Black Americans, I want y'all to understand why delineation is the best thing ever that we are doing. Essence Festival showed the world that we are delineating from these people. They can't get nothing popping in America without tethering on to us. They just can't. They can't do it. I'm sorry, they just can't do it. It's a reason why things are happening to them. It's a reason why, if y'all ever watch these deportation videos where Africans got to go back to their homeland, oh, they boo-hooing crying. They boo-hooing and crying. They do not want to go back. Don't let these people trick you into thinking like, hey, we Pan-Africanism. I'm going to get to that too. But hey, y'all should go back to Africa. It's beautiful out here. Da-da-da-da. We got culture and blah, 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 and all that. Why they not going back? They want to replace us here in America. They want to down talk America, but uplift Africa. But if you really think about it, ain't nothing popping in Africa. Y'all seen videos of Black Americans going out there trying to help. They getting unalived out there. They getting their land took out there. It ain't nothing positive to go out there. I've been there before. You land in Lagos in Nigeria or whatever. As soon as you get out there, it's a shakedown. It's a shakedown. You can't even just walk through the airport without 50 people begging you for money, begging you to pay this, pay that. You got even officers out there trying to scam you out of money. Why would you want to go there? How can we work with scammers like that? Huh? Why we want to work with people like this right here? Huh? I've been saying this since I've been on this app about these people. Not all my African brothers are like this and sisters are like this. But we got these over here that's like this, over here right now. And they just wait, they just want us to leave, but they would never leave. They would never leave. And we ain't going nowhere. We don't flee. We never fled. My great-grandparents never said, America getting so bad, Jim Crow, oh my God, slavery, oh my God, we getting hung from trees. I think we should run to Africa. My great-grandparents never say we're going to stay here and fight for what's ours. We don't blame the government for everything. We know what the government do. We're going to fight back against the government. We don't blame the leaders. We change the leaders. If the leaders ain't doing nothing, we're going to change them again. We ain't like these people, bro. They ain't got our spirit, man. They ain't got our spirit. That's why Essence failed. That's what anything they attach themselves to fail. It goes back to movies. Movies fail. When they try to play our icons, it failed. Look at the Harriet movie. Fail. You got an African playing Harriet Tubman. She wasn't even natural. Look at it. Yeah, but anyway, y'all have a good Sunday.
Hey, y'all. So real quick, I want to talk about why delineation matters and why it matters now more than ever. So first off, delineation is simply us being clear about who we are, what our lineage is, and what struggles and victories belong specifically to this bloodline. It's not about hate. It's not about division. It's about clarity. And clarity protects us. Because when we don't delineate, a few things happen. Other groups start taking credit for our fight. They start talking about how they built movements that our ancestors died for. Also, people rewrite our story while we are still living in it. They flatten all Blackness to one category, and then they erase the specifics about what we went through here. Resources meant for us get diluted. Policies, scholarships, even business grants get redirected to anyone who can check Black on a form. Our culture gets copied and exported, but never protected. People pick up our aesthetics and commodify it. We get gaslit about our own experience. Folks come into our spaces telling us how we should feel and who we are from their perspective. But delineation stops all of that. It says, this is our lineage. This is our culture. This is our history. And the crazy thing is, everybody else already delineates. They don't mix themselves up. We're the only ones being told to be vague. But vague harms us. Blurry harms us. Flattening harms us. So it's really not about exclusion. It's about protection. It's about accuracy. It's about ensuring that generations to come will inherit clarity, not confusion. Because if we don't define ourselves, someone else will. And they will always define us in a way that benefits them. So delineation is not optional anymore. It's necessary, it's healthy, and it's the way forward.
In an answer where you said that you talk about native blacks. And so that clearly sounds as if you are delineating native blacks versus someone that comes here from Bermuda or Jamaica or wherever they may they may come from that is black.
That's right.
And the purpose of that is what? Because you're on the surface, it would be like, hey, everybody here that's black gets treated a certain way. Why are you making that delineation?
That is an excellent point. You know why? Because you see, those people coming in from Jamaica or coming in from Africa, they have not been treated like black folk in this country. That's the first thing. And secondly, historically, they haven't had those historical spirits. They come in here voluntarily. When they come in here, they bring some cultural aspects from Africa. They can go back anytime they want. But the black people in this country are exceptional people. Nobody's been mistreated, maltreated like them. Black folk are exceptional. They're the only people that came here out forcefully. One. Two, they're the only people that denied their humanity. Three, they were the only people that denied a right to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Four, they were the only people that denied the right to participate in government. Five, they were the only people that denied the right to vote. Six, they were the only people that denied the right to have an education. Seven, they were the only people that denied the right to have a business. Eight, they were the only people that participated in every war that this country has had since its founding, but whose mother country has never been against this country. All those immigrants come from countries where they fought America, and they came in. And the seven, that they are the oldest and most patriotic people in the country. Not the Confederates in the South. They're not the most patriotic people waving the Confederate flag. The most patriotic people in this country are black people, native blacks, because you see 99% of all those blacks have been direct descendants of slaves. They've been here before 99% of all the other people ever arrived in this country. They are special people. And because they are special people, they need to be recognized, appreciated, and reparated for what they've done in this country and building this country. They're the ones that built the bridges, the roads, cut the timber, the trees, and cleared the land, raised the tobacco, cotton, indigo. They're the people that fought to raise in every war to protect this country. The people coming from Africa or coming from Jamaica didn't. They came here voluntarily. And the most important point on this is if you lump them with black folk, then you give the dominant white society a justification to say we don't owe black folk anything. Mm-hmm. Because you see, blackness is more than just color. It is their heritage, it's their history, it's their code of conduct, and more importantly, it is their badge of honor, and it symbolizes the indebtedness that this country has to them. This country does not have an indebtedness to people coming from Africa. They only have an indebtedness to people coming in from the Bahamas. If you lump black folk in there, you deprive black folk of the benefit, the debt that's owed them. Don't do that.
You are spitting fire.
There's a growing movement online where black Americans are drawing a clear line, not against Africa, but around themselves. And it's changing how conversations about politics, identity, and loyalty happen on TikTok. Many black Americans, often using terms like FBA or black American, are saying, we are not immigrants. We are a distinct ethnic group formed here. That's why a new question keeps coming up online. Where are your people from? That question isn't about appearance, it's about lineage. When someone who looks black speaks against reparations, prioritizes immigration over black American policy, or avoids addressing historical harm, people ask it to understand who they're actually representing. Public figures like mayors, senators, and black organizational leaders are being scrutinized not for race, but for alignment. If your politics consistently benefit everyone except black Americans, people want to know why. This movement isn't anti-African or anti-Caribbean. It's about self-advocacy. Black Americans are saying, before we fight for everybody, we need clarity on who's fighting for us. As immigration, ICE, reparations, and coalition politics collide, black delineation is forcing an uncomfortable but necessary question. Can a group survive without clearly defining itself? You don't have to agree with the movement, but ignoring it won't make it disappear. Identity, lineage, and political loyalty are being renegotiated in real time.
A lot of people are asking, why are black Americans pushing separation? But I don't think this is random anger. I don't think people just woke up and said, let's separate from everybody. What I'm saying is something deeper. People trying to explain themselves for a long time of being explained by others. Take the name African American. A lot of people think rejecting it means rejecting Africa. That's not it. For many Black Americans, Africa isn't a place they personally know. No village, no family name, no country they can clearly claim. Their story started in America. So sometimes that label feels like you're not really from here. And that hits deep, especially after generation of being treated like an outsider. Now let's talk about foundational Black Americans. People hear that and think that's divisive. But it's really about this. Our experience is specific because it is slavery in America, a unique history, a unique culture. So when everything gets grouped into one big Black category, their story gets blurred. And when your story gets erased, your problem gets ignored too. And here is something deeper. Black Americans don't have another home to fall back on. American is home. So the fight is personal. And yes, some people online go too far. But if you listen to the core message, it's not hate. It stops speaking over us. Let us define ourselves because every group gets that right. Jamaicans, Nigerians, Haitians, Kenyans, South Africans. So why is it a problem? This isn't about division. It's about clarity. You can have boundaries and still have unity. And honestly, if someone defining who they are makes you uncomfortable, that's something to think about. Because clarity is not a threat, it's honesty. And that's how I see it. This content is not promoting conflict in any way. This is strictly for educational purposes and not to hate or discriminate against anyone. Credit to all creators whose clips are featured in this episode. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share, and turn your notification bell because this conversation is not going anywhere. See you in my next episode.